Welcome back, dear viewers. We have been joined here in the studios of Hala Kuwait with our special guest, Hamza Taqi, Master Performance Consultant. Hello and welcome.
Thank you. Hello to everybody.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing excellent, except for the heat.
Of course, the heat is kind of unbearable, especially at noon. So we'd like to know more about teamwork. Can you tell us about teamwork? Because I think there's a lot of different definitions and people have their own idea when it comes to teamwork.
True. And teamwork, if we want to take the book definition, is basically it's a collaborative approach of a group of people to achieve a common goal or complete a certain task or even a project in a very effective and efficient way possible.
Of course, and by your definition, I think a lot of people misunderstand teamwork, because I remember when I was in college and at the university, a lot of people, when it came to teamwork, we had a lot of projects. So some of them would actually slack off and not do their part, and a lot of people will simply think that it's better to work alone. So working in teams doesn't usually do it for them. So why do you think that is?
It's true, because see, it happens because we don't give the right roles for the right people. Sometimes we bring the team, we don't choose them, right?
Yes.
And especially at school, you are put with 5
They're
people.
usually assigned to us.
Yeah, they're assigned to you, and you just have to work with them. And if few of them don't care about the results, they will play, and then maybe you will take it yourself with another colleague and finish the project, and they get the reward for it as well, although they didn't do anything. That's not fair.
Yes, I mean, that's actually something common, I think, to a lot of people, even at schools.
Even in organizations, it happens.
Of course. And why is that? Why do you think that people usually do that? Why don't they work at a teamwork environment?
It's like either they are not being trained or told how to deal with people, because see, we as a human, we love to be with people. Like since aeons, we're always gathering together to protect each other and to work as team. But then, there is a factor of, a very important factor is the trust factor. If there is a trust among the members of the team, then that team is able to, for example, have a conflict with each other. Because if I trust you, I can have a very productive conflict with you and disagree even if you are my boss. And then, we will talk. And then after, we have that conflict and everybody's listening to each other and valuing each other input, only then we can commit with each other. Commitment meaning, we will do the task that I have, you will do the task that you have. And look at here, the whole show is teams, is members who each member have a role to play, and together we have this beautiful program. So after having the commitment, you will reach the place where you hold each other accountable. Because you have agreed that this is what you're going to do, this is what I'm going to do, then you hold each other accountable. And being accountable, it doesn't have to be the manager or the boss comes to say, who did this? No, even between the team member, if we are really committed, we hold each other. If I don't see you doing your work, I will come and tell you, do your work. And you will accept it because we already committed and it was built on the basis of trust. Only then we will achieve results.
Of course, I think that's a very important point.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people, as you mentioned, they don't have this kind of trust for their partners or their teammates to do their part, and that's when they take over the whole project.
And they want to do it themselves.
Of course, and that's why one of the reasons why a lot of people prefer to work alone, I think.
Very true.
Because a lot of people don't do their part, and they have to do their part, and that way they're like organized to do all the work by themselves, and that's why they don't like teamwork.
True. True. Even sometimes managers, they give a task for one of their employees. He comes with a mediocre job. He says, "Khalas, go," and he will do it himself, and that's wrong. I mean, you have to teach them, or you have to develop them to be able, and you have to put the. Sometimes they say put the right people in the right bus. Even you go deeper, put the right people in the right seat.
Of
You know,
course,
the
that's a
metaphor,
great point.
I like the metaphor of the football team because everybody gets it, right? Football. You have defense, you have a goalie, you have people in the middle, and you have offensive. So each one has a role, and they have to have a captain. The main role of any team is the leader.
Of course, that is true. You really need to have a leader in order to have a great teamwork and
That's
someone
right.
who would guide them through it. That way, no one slacks off and everyone does their part.
Absolutely.
And of course, I think there is a lot of advantages and disadvantages when it comes to teamwork because we mentioned some of the people who really don't work well in a teamwork
in a team
environment.
yes.
Yes.
There are sometimes a consultant who goes to a big organization and he'd rather or she'd rather work alone, not with the team. And sometimes if the culture of the organization is all about teamwork, they will not connect and they will go, waste. Yeah. So there is advantages, of course. It's always an advantage to work in a team. Why? Because each member of the team comes with a different mindset, comes with a different input. They see things in a different way. And Mr. Patrick Lenciano puts it in a very beautiful way using the acronym WIDGETS. And he says, if you want to have a good team, you have to have geniuses as members. One is genius in W widget. W is for wanderer, those who are always looking for potential and possibility. And then the I goes for innovator, who is always into creativity. And then you have the D, who's discernment, the person who can take good decisions and know what they are doing. And then you have the G, which stands for galvanizer, who's always giving enthusiasm for the team and movement and so on. And then you have the E, which is the enabler, support and collaboration and work. And then at the end you have the tenacity, the people who have tenacity, who will always have impact on the result. So if you have a team like this, you will be an excellent team. And sometimes people they don't have 6 people team members. So 2 of them have to do 2 different roles to complete the team and to complete the 6 geniuses in a very functional team.
Of course, I think that's very important what you mentioned, the 6 geniuses.
Yeah.
I think that should be in every team when it comes to work, at university, for project, at school. I think these roles really need to be there. That
Absolutely.
really helps to develop the work and make people even excel at it.
Exactly, because each one will know what they are supposed to do. Each one understand their contribution to the team. So they have a voice. A disadvantage when you feel that you don't have a voice in the team, or nobody's listening to you, or you are not included in the big decisions and stuff. So you feel like,
why do I do the work?
Yeah, why do
Yes.
I do it? Or I even underpaid, and you start thinking of all these things.
A lot of
and you
reasons why not to.
You become useless member of the team, and that's really sad.
So how can we make a team successful? How can we improve the teamwork?
See, you have to understand multiple issues in the team. Like in a team, you are working with people. Conflict will happen. And conflict should be embraced in a way that is not like hitting on each other, but conflict in thinking of the ideas that we are doing or the projects and arguing about who's going to play the defense or the goalie or and we have to go through 4 stages, which is Tuckman stages of forming a team. Any team, when they gather together, when we put the team together, they have no problem. And that's the stage of, forming, when they are forming as a team. So they are getting to know each other, your name, my name, and so on. And then they go into, once the roles are distributed, I say, why does she has this role? Why don't I have that role? And then, we reach the stage of the storming where there is conflict. And then when we play together and I see you are better than me in your role, so I back up because I want the whole team to succeed. I don't want to be, it's not selfishness. Then after the storming, if we have a good storming and argument, we will jump into the norming. Then you know my strength, I know your strength, and we know that together we can work together. We reach the norming stage, and only when we reach the norming stage, we can reach the performing stage where we have results. So managers or leaders of a team, they have to go through that stages. It's natural to reach the norming stage so they can reach the performing stage.
Of course, that's a very good way to put it, because I think these are very important points, and I think our dear viewers really enjoyed all that they need to know about teamwork and about the advantages and why a lot of people really have to work in groups.
Alone,
And sometimes they really do work alone, and sometimes they actually excel at it, you know?
Yes,
Of
because
course,
they are the only ones who are doing it.
Yes.
But in life, you don't want to be the only one who's doing it. You want
Yes,
to do it
that's
in a
true.
team.
I think a lot of people prefer to work in group because they
Yes.
really need the help, the support, the ideas.
Yes.
And you mentioned the 6 amazing principles that really need to be in teams.
Very true.
Of course, we thank you so much for your time.
Thank
It's been a
you.
pleasure. And of course, we'd like to have you more to talk about different issues and tackle them.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fatima.
Dear viewers, you had with us Hamza Taqi, Master Performance Consultant. Let's take a break.